This is the Global Intelligence Update for Wednesday, 27th of August 2025, and these are your headlines.
Cambodia and Thailand face escalating border tensions, impacting regional stability. Somalia grapples with persistent security challenges, while Sudan sees conflict intensification. These regional conflicts demand strategic attention to prevent further destabilization and humanitarian crises. Transnational crime remains a pressing issue, with record drug seizures highlighting the scale of illicit trade. Human trafficking networks face significant disruptions, yet continue to adapt. These developments underscore the need for enhanced international cooperation and intelligence sharing to effectively combat these pervasive threats. Armed confrontations between Cambodia and Thailand have escalated, particularly after a May 28 incident resulting in a Cambodian soldier's death. Both nations have increased military presence along the disputed border, with tensions focusing on the Preah Vihear Temple, a United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organization World Heritage Site. Despite the International Court of Justice's rulings, threats of capturing Phnom Penh persist. In Somalia, al-Shabaab militants have seized strategic towns like Sabiid and Caanoole, threatening Mogadishu. Federal forces are clashing with Jubaland troops, while Ethiopian forces engaged Somali federal forces in Doolow. In Sudan's Kordofan region, the Sudanese Armed Forces are targeting rapid support forces, with ethnic mobilization rising and the formation of Kordofan Shield Forces to counter rapid support forces expansion. Operation Pacific Viper marked the largest Coast Guard drug offload, seizing over £76,000 of narcotics valued at £473 million. This included £61,740 of cocaine and £14,400 of marijuana, intercepted in 19 operations across the Eastern Pacific and Caribbean. European efforts saw Spanish authorities seizing over 2.5 tons of cocaine near the Canary Islands. A 35-year-old male was charged in Durham region after a 5-month investigation for trafficking victims across countries, including charges of forcible confinement and benefiting from sexual services. Operation Impact Demand 12 in Cumberland County led to 14 arrests, focusing on reducing demand for commercial sexual services. International efforts disrupted cross-border trafficking networks, involving multiple jurisdictions across North America. The healthcare sector is increasingly targeted by ransomware, exemplified by the Enotif attack on August 8. The Killen gang encrypted systems and stole 176 gigabytes of research data, employing dual extortion tactics. This attack significantly disrupted operations, highlighting a troubling trend of cyber threats against healthcare and pharmaceutical organizations. Salt Typhoon Apt Group infiltrated United States National Guard systems for nearly a year, exposing critical infrastructure vulnerabilities. Meanwhile, scattered Spider targets VMware SSH hypervisors, bypassing traditional security. These sophisticated threats highlight significant gaps in security monitoring and incident response, necessitating stronger public-private sector collaboration to safeguard national security infrastructure. Hurricane Erin's record-breaking intensification highlights the impact of climate change on storm systems. Unusually warm ocean waters, made 100 times more likely by climate change, fueled its rapid intensification. This pattern, rare in Atlantic hurricanes, underscores the direct link between climate change and extreme weather, complicating emergency response efforts. Typhoon Kajiki's immediate impact was devastating, with 3 fatalities in Vietnam and extensive flooding in Hanoi. Over 1.6 million people lost power due to 130 km/h winds. The broader pattern reveals 27 villages isolated by flooding, contributing to over 100 deaths or missing persons from natural disasters in early 2025, highlighting sustained humanitarian pressure. Climate-related economic security is increasingly critical. Natural disasters disrupt supply chains, inflate costs, and strain resources. Countries face economic instability as infrastructure damage and agricultural losses mount. Investment in resilient infrastructure and sustainable practices is essential to mitigate these impacts and ensure long-term economic stability. The United States foreign military sales include £1.85 billion for F-35 sustainment in Poland and £861 million for C-17 support in the United Kingdom, reflecting standard alliance cooperation amid heightened European security concerns. Meanwhile, Germany's suspension of offensive weapons exports to Israel contrasts with its £3.5 billion Arrow 3 missile defense system import, fostering dependency on Israeli training and infrastructure. Regional conflicts often stem from historical grievances, escalating into military confrontations despite international legal frameworks. Transnational crime networks adapt to law enforcement pressures through sophisticated logistics. Cyber threats target critical infrastructure, necessitating enhanced public-private defensive cooperation. Climate impacts strain emergency responses, creating opportunities for criminal exploitation. Coordinated responses addressing root causes are essential, as traditional security approaches falter against interconnected challenges. The Cambodia-Thailand border dispute, centered on the Preah Vihear temple, has escalated into military confrontation. General Boon's Padklang's threat to capture Phnom Penh violates Association of Southeast Asian Nations peace principles. Despite International Court of Justice rulings favoring Cambodia, significant troop buildups persist, highlighting unresolved tensions and the need for diplomatic intervention. Somalia's security landscape is increasingly complex. The federal government and Jubaland's deteriorating ties have allowed al-Shabaab to capture strategic towns near Mogadishu, including Sabiid and Caanoole. The group's exploitation of Sabiid's river crossing for potential weapons smuggling highlights their operational capacity, despite international efforts. Ethiopian forces' confrontation with Somali troops in Doolow further complicates the situation. Sudan's conflict intensifies as the Sudanese Armed Forces shift focus to Kordofan, following the retaking of Khartoum. The Rapid Support Forces' attacks on Dar Hamid, Kababish, and Berti tribes highlight a perilous move towards identity-based violence. The formation of Kordofan Shield Forces suggests local mobilization against Rapid Support Forces, potentially complicating the conflict with new armed actors. Operation Pacific Viper by the United States Coast Guard seized £76,000 of narcotics, highlighting the vast scale of trafficking between Latin America and North America. Key seizures included £61,740 of cocaine and £14,400 of marijuana across 19 operations. European efforts, like Spain's 2.5-ton cocaine seizure, underscore the importance of coordinated international responses. The Killen ransomware attack on Anotif underscores a troubling trend targeting healthcare research. With 176 gigabytes of data exfiltrated and systems encrypted, dual extortion pressures victims. These attacks disrupt operations, delaying medical advancements and patient care. The healthcare sector must enhance security measures and develop sector-specific strategies to safeguard critical infrastructure and sensitive data. Climate change acts as a security multiplier, exacerbating vulnerabilities. In 2025, natural disasters caused over £131 billion in losses. Hurricane Erin's conditions were 100 times more likely due to climate change, and Typhoon Kajiki left 1.6 million without power in Vietnam. These events strain emergency responses and create opportunities for criminal networks to exploit. The convergence of state-level conflicts, transnational crime networks, cyber threats, and climate impacts presents complex security challenges. Maritime interdiction successes highlight detected trafficking, yet substantial smuggling persists. Cyber threats against critical infrastructure necessitate enhanced public-private cooperation, especially in healthcare and government systems. Climate-related disasters further strain security resources, demanding integrated approaches to address these multifaceted threats. Global intelligence monitoring is crucial for identifying emerging threats. Recent updates highlight the need for vigilance across cyber, environmental, and geopolitical domains. Continuous analysis ensures timely responses to evolving challenges, safeguarding global stability. For in-depth insights, intelligenceanalysis.org offers detailed reports on these critical developments.